This is the Transformers Legacy Core Class Shockwave. Oh my goodness, we are finally getting this wave of Core Class figures out here in Manila. We're so behind compared to the rest of the world, but so glad I found this one already stocked on retail. You can get this one at Toys R Us and Toy Kingdom stores this month of August 2022 in Manila. It's a little pricey. It's already priced at 900 Philippine pesos, which translates to, I don't know, roughly about $17. I mean, it's crazy prices out here. Inflation is really hitting us. But I had to pick this one up. One of the coolest Decepticons from the Generation 1 continuity. Let's get this figure out of packaging. And here is Core Class Shockwave out of packaging, and the figure probably looks the most G1-esque, G1-ish styled Core Class Shockwave figure we've gotten. Out of all the three Legends or Core Class figures we've gotten, this one is looking to be the best. I love the colors, I love the sculpt. Let's take a closer look at the details of this figure. So the figure comes with one accessory, and with all my years in baking and in the culinary industry, I can tell you one thing. This is, I believe, a Cybertronian version of a bundt cake mold. It's used to make those cakes that have like donut-shaped cakes that have, you know, a hole in the middle. And I think this is perfect for Shockwave. So, you know, he's been cooking a lot of things on Cybertron while Megatron's away. He's taking care of Cybertron with his bundt cakes. So, yeah, I mean, this is the most ridiculous accessory I've ever seen. Sorry. The figure does look great. It still has that stylized feel to it. I would have preferred a little bit more smooth panels, but yeah, I'm not complaining. Details are actually pretty good. I love the colors. It's a nice deep purple, some silver highlights here and there. On my copy of the figure, the ball joints on the knees are pretty weak. Hence, this guy is literally impossible to pose standing in a very dynamic pose. It's a shame because all other ball joints are pretty tight. You got a swivel neck, no waist articulation. You get shoulders can go up and down. You got a ball jointed shoulder, ball jointed elbow, ball jointed hip, ball jointed knee, and that's about it. It's a shame. I wish the tightness of this shoulder was also translated into the tightness of this knee, but somehow they made it pretty loose. Now he still has these guns, sort of jet guns, that somehow Hasbro decided not to get rid of. These are the ones we've seen with the Leader Class Siege Soundwave. I'll show that guy off later, but would have been nice if they didn't actually put this. They just made it very simple. Wanted a clean version of Shockwave, but yeah, I guess the Siege Shockwave aesthetic got carried over for the Core Class Shockwave. For some comparisons, here is Core Class Shockwave with the rest of the other Decepticons in the Core Class scale. We got Megatron, Soundwave, Starscream, and Skywarp. I'm glad we're getting more Decepticons. I just wish Hasbro would give us more. Maybe Thundercracker would be great. I would love that. We'll see. And here he is with the Siege Leader Class Shockwave, as well as the, I believe this was Titan's Return, Legends Shockwave. Legends is now called Core Class, about the same size, and you can see the aesthetic of the Siege Shockwave just translated into Core Class Shockwave. And you know, between these two, I was a big fan of this figure. This was probably my favorite Legends Core Class Shockwave for a long time, more than the third-party figures. But with this new one, I think we've got a new favorite. Probably this is the better Shockwave version in Core Class. And this figure actually borrows a lot of engineering from this figure. The transformation is very similar. They do both transform into the gun slash starship alt mode, which I'll show off later. But yeah, for those of you who are looking for a core class Shockwave and you missed out on this one, this guy is a pretty sweet figure to put in your collection. So transformation, put the accessory off to the side. What you want to do is you want to fold these guns out, that. You want to go ahead and fold up the arms this way, rotate this way, and then you want to pop this back part open, and then you want to just push on that head all the way down, just like that, and the back panel is going to clip onto the arms. Okay, out pops the bridge of the Star Destroyer Shockwave. Push this peg, I suppose, down like that, and the feet, okay, or the legs, you're gonna want to fold out the hips, just rotate it that way, and then the legs, you're gonna fold them this way. Okay, the whole idea is to bring the legs up like this, and you're gonna fold in like this. Do the same on the other side, fold like that. Out pops those panels. Very thin 1mm pegs right there. Be very careful when you transform this figure. And there you go. There is Shockwave in a supposedly battle cruiser alt mode, which everybody knows it's a space gun. Okay, and then you can put the dish right here if you want to. This is what we were all expecting. I mean, this is the G1 Shockwave alt mode, which is a space gun. Okay, now this is the Titan's Return or Combiner Wars. Shockwave in his spaceship gun alt mode. And between the two, who do you think did it better? I mean, let's take off this dish just to give you a better appreciation. I mean, I kind of wish they didn't have to do these wings. They're just a nuisance, really. I still think the Prime Wars version does it better. It looks more like a space gun than a ship. This one really looks more like a ship. But the barrel, I kind of feel this does it better. So I don't know. It's a shame that we can't have the normal transformation. And here we have the Leader class Shockwave and Lord Megatron, Voyager class Megatron, holding both Shockwaves. This one still kind of feels more like a space gun than this guy. Proportion wise, yeah, this is still more of a G1 looking space gun Shockwave. But robot mode, this guy I think is the winner. Just wish they could have given us an alt mode that looked like this, but it's really up to you, your preference. If you missed out on this one's not a bad substitute. Now, with all the Shockwave figures I review, I always try and see if I could still transform him G1 styled. I think it's still possible to do so. So I guess you fold the feet this way, and then you fold his hands this way, or his arms this way. And then just rotate them this way, like that. Yeah, there you go. We got a traditional Shockwave Space Blaster. Yeah, it kind of works, but there's no way any figure can hold him in this gun mode. And so some final thoughts on this new Core Class Legacy Shockwave. I think it's still a cool looking figure. Just wish the knees were better. The alt mode could have maybe looked more like a G1 space gun. Still has that ridiculous accessory, but overall, I think it's the most G1 looking robot mode for Shockwave we've seen. And I think the figure deserves a 9.5 out of 10. Just a few more improvements could have made this figure a perfect figure. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this new Transformers Legacy Core Class Shockwave. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.